welcome back to Magic Rising for today's card of the day. Today's October 28th, and let's see what we get. We're coming closer to the end of the year. Okay, before you freak out, today we did get the Death card. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before, but just because it's the Death card doesn't mean that someone's gonna die. This is a time where you realize that something needs to change. There needs to be a transformation. There needs to be an end to the old so you can have a new beginning. So as a large theme in your life, like the Major Arcana does represent, you're recognizing, you're leading this change. You're leading this transformation. You're recognizing it and you're making that old part of yourself die off, or that old part of the idea of, or the patterns that you have, the behaviors, you're making those parts die off to lay the groundwork for a new beginning, a new life. For the Death card, I love the Phoenix from the ashes type of analogy, where you're literally burning off what you had and you're regenerating as something different. Now, it doesn't mean that something is dying and it will eternally be dead. And I think that's a big misconception too, that you think if something dies, that's it, it's over. But it doesn't. And that's something that's important to recognize, because just because you kill something off or you want to put an end to something and transform, it doesn't mean that you didn't learn something along the way. It means that you're recognizing a need for the Death card. For me, unlike the Tower card, which generally symbolizes a shocking change and like, bam, you're gonna change now, the Death card seems to me like more of an expected thing, more of a guided thing where you're not being controlled by an external force. It's literally something that you're aware of and that you can work with. Obviously for this card, because a lot of self-reflection needs to happen and introspection, we can look at yesterday's Hermit card and put those two together and say that looking back and reflecting before you want to get back into that certain part of your life, you might need to recognize the need that not all of it you're going to get back to. Maybe some of it needs to be destroyed. And whether that's your own personal perceptions on things, your relationships, your job, basically something's gotta go so you can grow. It means that you're going into life with a certain expectation in a certain part of your life, and things happen along the way. And the Death card isn't the end of that particular journey. It's just an end of the part of you that needs to be destroyed in order to keep growing and keep walking down the path of the Major Arcana. Thank you so much for joining us today for the card of the day here with Magic Rising. The card again was the Death card, and we will see you tomorrow. I had this plant in my video the whole time and I need to repot it. Look at how sick it looks. It's supposed to be like blah, like this, and now it's like this.